This now football fans tribe. Over here they interview football fans after matches and they give you correct, legit, and confirmed footballing content back to back. So I beg, if you never subscribe to the channel, do so, and thank you so much. It ended draw in Anfield. I see the match.
I felt maybe like it was two struggling sides. So it was not. It was more like two last ones just play. So, but it was not. It was not so entertaining. They were being too careful in the first half. Nobody wanted to make that error, no mistake. But I felt maybe this is the chance. If you want to beat Liverpool, if you don't beat them now, I don't think you can beat them anytime. Because it's more like Liverpool are not on form yet. They are like more of struggling. They are not picking up passes, and you can see some misplaced passes, no pressure on the ball. It was more like they were taking pressures, they were over-calculative. Liverpool just plays. You noticed that time Liverpool played fast football. Chelsea, we couldn't even cope because it felt like, where did this one come from? So it was just, I feel both sides just they're on the road to improvement, so nothing more.
Okay, so what's your take on your midfield? You like say no Kovacic, no problem, because Gallagher and Jorginho, they did a fantastic work for you. Aside missing Mount,
I think maybe like if you talk about the midfield, if you look at the formation, I feel the coach gambled that much, gambled the midfield. Really? How do you pull Hall? Where did Hall play? Hall didn't play defense. Yeah. Hall had to drop down to defense because he was not coping with the midfield role. He was playing that form of supporting midfielder, trying to take on players. You can't be like they take on people senior you.
But you feel in suppose because for the last match, everybody was like, all know they should. They're supposed to push this guy forward. Now they don't push him forward. Now you feel you need to do well for that place again.
Some derby matches don't play younger talents. It's risky. If you want to play younger talents, that's why you advise start them in Carling Cup, FA Cups. Maybe the injury crisis made them start holding the match, but like he was playing out of position. He was barely struggling. Couldn't put one or two passes. No take on tackles, no duel, nothing. If you are going to risk starting why don't you risk starting Modric? Because see the difference. That he knew that the coach knew that, oh boy, I got this one wrong. That's the first thing he did the second half. I have to take Hall out because Hall was more like almost costing us the match. Do you understand? Bringing in the midfielder. Okay, now let me go with Gallagher. Gallagher didn't play so well, but he didn't play so bad. Do you understand? But I felt there were chances that Gallagher should have taken on players and released balls quicker or more of guided us into that part, but there were chances that he didn't do that. We didn't see the best of Gallagher compared to Crystal Palace. That's why I say all these players, what happens are inconsistent. They are not consistent enough. That's why we have to go back to the transfer to look for a creative midfielder. Do you understand? Gallagher is playing that kind of see, Jorginho is supposed to correct the mistakes Gallagher does. That should give Gallagher that free room to go up front and play good football. But now you see Gallagher still playing the ball back. Why are the back passes going back? Why? Like those back passes, it's more like our build-up is too slow. Even someone could predict where we are going next, even before we even get to that destination. Is poor. We need to do better. Faster build-up. Cash take the opposition by surprise. Before they even prepare to even block the ball, you've done something. You've taken them on, like you've destroyed their own planned tactics. Do you understand? But I felt maybe the coach got it wrong in substitutions and bringing in Mekele is not improving. Do you understand? He's so slow. It's more like we're having like a recognition of a Loftus-Cheek in a different body and dada. Do you understand? But it's just so bad. Like, we need someone faster. Do you understand? You need to see the way Modric they play. You see what this guy brings into that team. You see what he plays. You see, ZH did a very good job today. Havertz, you might not blame him so well or so bad, but there were passes that Havertz should have even released earlier. It would have made sense. It would have made more sense. Release the pass earlier, and it helps us. But you could see that like there were lots of lapses. Jorginho was not so in the match, but was almost lost in the match. But like we held the defense. Thiago Silva, Balashir, it was good. He was good on that note. Cucurella didn't do so well or do so bad. Do you understand? So it's just like an average game for him. Do you understand? He didn't do like, it wasn't like a bad Cucurella we expected. Salah did absolutely rubbish because Salah was almost lost in the match. Capo is still trying to find his form in that Liverpool football or something. So I feel maybe like the introduction of Nunes might have given us a little bit of worry in defense, but we have Super Thiago. Thiago is the man of the match. He deserves it any day, anytime. You could see him, you could see the work rate, you could see the improvement. It's just more like the more we even start Balashia and Thiago, now they even make our match, they get confidence in our defense a lot. So it's just a very, very good game.
Okay. And we see something, even when Liverpool they try press, you know, Chelsea is still playing from the back. If you say that is the next that is where you guys are going to, you know, playing from the back, building up from the back, and then move to midfield and attack.
That is risky. It's a rubbish tactics. It's almost irritating watching players.
But don't you think if it works for you guys, it's a good one?
You don't play fast football with Bayern. You don't play that back pass with Bayern. The team like Bayern would rush you. They will force you to make a mistake. Do you understand? Play that back pass. We were not like building from the back. It felt like we didn't have anywhere to go. Players were maybe out of positions before the front passes will go to them. Players are supposed to position. So maybe you are building from the back. The goalkeeper gives Thiago. Thiago is supposed to look for a supporting midfielder, not look for Chalobah to give him back. That's how we were playing. We're more like we're playing all the passes. All the major positions we had were not in Liverpool's own half. We had those positions in our own half, which is more like we were playing a degraded football. You don't do that. If you're going to build from the back, make sure your forward passes are direct, are there to an extent. Okay, now, if you notice, the only player that didn't play that back pass is even Modric. You could see even in tight situation, he could squeeze in passes. That's why we are creative. That's why we need a creative midfielder. Not that one that would just start playing back pass. The one that obviously that would see front passes and would play that front pass. Not the back pass. The back, that slow build has not cost. It hasn't cost us yet. When it costs us, maybe we would learn. Do you understand? So, but in that whole case, it was more like a rating of the game. I'd say maybe we didn't do so well, but we didn't do so bad.
So average, basically, for you.
It was average, but I feel maybe coach get it right the next time. Do you understand? Start good players on the field. You have Modric on the bench, you're starting Hall. That's like more of an insult. Do you understand? I'm not saying Hall is a very terrible player. He's inexperienced. He has a lot of time to grow and adapt. But these are matches that you know that you need to rush Liverpool. I love the way they played high press. High press was okay for me today. We didn't really sit back and wait for them to play the entire ball. We pressed them high. We challenged for the ball and all that. Havertz was belly fed. Aubameyang was belly fed. It was even lost in the entire match. So to an extent. But I just feel maybe it was a good game for Modric. To me, it was more of a rebranded Chelsea. So imagine Modric, Joan Felix and maybe Makunde or what do you call it, is almost illegal playing those three because we know what we're looking forward to. So as a Chelsea fan, we're looking towards to the future and maybe a rebrand. But if this coach has made a Saka.
Okay, now as a Chelsea fan, the 0-0 draw, is it enough result? At least you're okay.
Well, now when they see draw, it don't go happy for us. One more collect with they collect goals. So this is like top 4. I think it's the only draw we've had. Like Man United. This is one draw that we more like we didn't deserve to win, but we didn't deserve to lose in the match. That's how we felt like. So we'll take whatever we can take. And like to what the coach said, players are coming in back. Do you understand? Maybe we had our full squad. I don't think Liverpool would have been able to see a draw in the match because it's more like we've had good players in good positions. Imagine Gallagher playing when Kante is fit or Chilwell. You have James. You have good midfield presence there. I'm not sure we would even lack, but a draw when the injury crises are there, players unavailable, it's more like a semi-good result for us. We have to take this with our heads held high because we are seeing the new additions to the squad. I mean, these additions are bringing in changes into our style of play and our gameplay. So it's a win. It's almost like a semi-win for us.
Wow, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Right here, another one of our videos where you're supposed to like, and all our social media links are being follow us on every platform because we get content for everybody.